Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My voice is coming. My voice is clear.
Yes.
Okay. So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let's start with the practice. Kilometer drive system. So, for we have practice of Yasmin. Yasmin, are you there in the class?
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I'm here.
Alaikum assalam. Okay. Okay, so mashallah, as your first attempt of Alif, it is very good. Okay. And it has pretty much characteristic of Alif. Just in a general view, you know, if we see it, its overall length, okay, like from top to bottom, it is looking like a bit long, okay, and according to the column. So just if you like, if you can end it here, okay, it would be good. Like just after here, okay, you are seeing this line, just this, like this. It's enough. This one is looking a bit extra, okay, and even though if this it should be, you know, pure in the proper sequence, that it should feel like it is gradually decreasing, okay, not sudden movement. And in your alif, actually if we divide alif from here, in first part there is a, you know, slight touch of like this, and in this one there is a slight touch of like this, and you handle it very well. Both are looking very good and adjusted. uh, there is like, you can say, kind of one problem in the Taj, okay. Actually the alignment of Taj is just like, if we, I'm drawing a
चाय भी
line
नहीं आपने भी
just in the middle of the thickness of a leaf.
ये ला दो के बर्तन और मूसा को मैं खाना खिलाती हूँ। अहमद
Actually
एक काम करो मेरे
अच्छे,
के अंदर रख दो।
अच्छा ये जो ओके सो इन दिस alif you have to draw a line just in the middle of its thickness, okay, like this is alif, its middle is somehow here, okay, I'm drawing the line here, okay. Now tell me, Miss Yasmin, why the line is like, you know, it's not straight, it's slightly slanting. What is the reason behind this? Yes, ma'am.
Because the alif, I wrote it like with alignment.
Yes, very, very good. Because alif itself is not straight. Okay, it's very obvious reason, because you see, we write alif like, okay, it's not straight. So if we made a line from its middle, like this is its middle. Okay, so it's not straight. If we made a straight line like this, now this one is straight. Okay, so the line is not straight, and this thickness, middle thickness line, your Taj top corner should be passed to this. Okay, like this was good, just it should pass from here. This is very important for the like strong ta that it is holding a leaf. It looks like. The kalam cut is very big according to the size and thick. So mm, how can we find it? Okay, so if we use this column, hmm, okay, so first of all, this part of Taj, this corner of Taj should pass here like this. Now, check how its overall shape is changing. This part is extra, okay, and this is the corner. Like, see, this is the line, this is it's going. And now this angle is incorrect. And one more thing in the alif, the gap, this gap, I'm talking about this gap, the Taj ending and this side of alif. It should be equal to the thickness of your alif. Okay. So if you check the thickness, it is more and this one is less. So it should somehow end here. And now check if I may, I draw this line and it is also aligning to it, this part. Okay. So it should be equal to this. And one more thing, for example, if we made Taj, okay, it should be equal to this. For example, if because our accuracy may vary it slightly. So for example, if our this thickness of alif is slightly large, okay, like a bit more thick, not too much. Now you are going to increase this distance to accordingly. Okay, like according to your this thickness, it's going to end it here. Okay, so this is the relation that you have to follow in this thing. And basically your this part, it should be half. This one is, as you know, what does we call it? Tell me. This thing.
But
Yes, very good. So basically this portion in the starting we have half cut. Okay, like we have half thickness of column. Okay, we don't utilize too much thickness. Okay, and in this alif also it looks like a bit more thick. Okay, and maybe it looks like because of your taj is small, or you know we can clearly judge the alif only if we have the the right like I have the exact column that you wrote with it. Okay, so I don't have that exact number, so maybe, but generally it is half cut of your column. Okay, if your column is big, then it's going to be according to your this column. Okay, like see, it is check. You can just check here. Okay, half, approximately half.
Yes, you're right. Mine was more than a half, a
Yeah,
bit more than a half. Yeah, that's right.
it's good overall. Okay, just like slight differences, like I said, it's fine, but not too much. See how I stop my column. It's like this. Okay, and then we just fix the flow of it. It's not like we don't make it too much artificial. Okay, like this, too much pointy. Some students they made it too much pointy. It looks too much artificial. So you have to careful about it as well.
So for the second, third, do you rotate the qalam for a bit to make it more than a half, or it's from the top until the bottom, it's the same um, half qat?
It's not the same basically. Okay, remember I told about the thing that I divided alif in three parts. Okay, remember in last class I
Yes.
divided alif in three parts. Actually, in today's class, there are many students that they are absent, and I want to explain a very important thing. So I am waiting for the Sunday class. Weekdays is a bit problem for many students. So in starting, okay, in its first part, we have half qalt. In second part, we increase like two-third of the column, just like this. Okay, like it's more than half. For example, this is my column cut, and if I divide it into three parts, okay, this is the thickness of second part. Okay, like two-third. And what's the thickness of first part? It's approximately half. You're getting it? In third one, like somehow here. Second one, sorry.
So first one is half cut, and
Yeah.
the second third, it's
Mhm. No,
three
no,
out
only
of four.
second. Only
Right.
second. Only second. Okay. Only second, it's more than half, like two-third. Or you can say quarter column. Okay. The third one, we are again decreased to half cut. Okay. And then we slowly, gradually coming to its like ending part. Okay. That it has this type of ending, and it's gradually, decreases to its ending. It's not a sudden movement. Okay. It's somehow like this. If I wrote the alif in three parts. Okay. Now check how I stop my column at the end. as this type of hand. Okay, and you can check it's not straight at any point. It is slanting. And as you know, here it has maximum thickness of half nukta. Not thickness, let this divert. Okay, and one more thing I have told you, this is the center of its thickness. Okay, now your Taj point, it should pass from here. And when I, place my column here, here is a little distance, here is a little more gap. Just a little. Okay, don't take these things too much. Okay, like it shouldn't feel like it is in extreme. And if we divide two parts from here, the first part, it is, feel like it is slightly, outward, and the second part, this one, feel like slightly inward. Okay, but don't take these things in too much extremes. Okay, like it shouldn't feel like your elif is a wave. It shouldn't feel like that. Okay, all these things should be handled in very careful way. Now check. One part is inside and two part is outside. This is my half column thickness. And this part of Taj, okay, its measurement is of two cut. One and two. You can increase it. But if we check, it is one and two. Okay. And the next part, this one. This one I was talking about. The measurement of this part, it is small. Okay, according to your column, it is small. It should be two nuktas. It is, I think, 1.5, or even like it's not even 1.5. It is smaller than that. It should be two nuktas. Like here, this part should be extended here. Are you getting this point?
Yes. According to
Okay.
my measurement,
Mhm.
it is 2 nukta for me. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. If we see, I'm saying, if we see from here, and it's
yeah.
not completely two nuktas. It is, I said, it was more than 1.5 and less than two. Okay, it's not completely two. Remember that, it's very important. Okay, they, these slide things, they create a huge difference. It's very important to know. It's not completely two. It was less than two. Okay, like if I, I have wrote one a leaf, you can check even in this one. Okay, if we draw a nukta here, check. Okay, like somehow in between here, you can end it here, here, just okay, like larger than 1.5 half and smaller than 2. Clear?
Yes.
And also this is also very important, this part, it should be two cuts. Okay, your two cuts, it was smaller than two cuts. And the other part, it is again the same measurement, one cut. If I divide it into three parts, I'm going to utilize 2/3 of my cut. And this one part is going to place inside this Taj, like this. Okay, check. My one part of cut, one, two, and three. Two part are outside, one part is inside of this Taj. See, it should be in between lines. There is a slight, okay, you can do a bit of touching here. Now it's in correct shape that we need. You can even check it. This thickness is equal to almost it. It's a slight, can do a bit more scratching, but still it's fine. Okay. Like I said, slight, differences there. Okay. Overall, Alif should be in the good shape. It's very important. Should be somehow here. Okay. So that's the thing. So now if we increase this part, now this part is also like I thought. One part should be inside, two parts should be outside. Now check. This is the line. And at the end, column is not working on this paper. Okay. Now check the Taj of a leaf. Okay. It's looking more like, appropriate according to your leaf. Okay. And overall, like I told, it's a slightly large, but still it's in the good form. Okay. And if you just, you can do this by touching as well. It will be one more in proper khat. Okay. And see, there is a sharp edge. You are going to mix this with it. Now check it's in a more proper shape here. Like this. This is the shape of Taj. This is like quarter column, and these are two cut. Okay. And overall, according to your first attempt, it's pretty good. It's okay. So mashallah. Okay, it's very good. Mashallah, keep it up and try to improve these things. Okay, and
Thank you.
like Alif is good. Just like improve the focus on the Taj especially. Okay, and yeah, overall it's good. According to if I check according to your Taj, like this line is going here. It's touching here. Okay, and it is too early. I said this Taj line. This it should be approximately here, this part. Okay, overall it's good, mashallah. According to your first attempt, it's very good. So keep it up. So Aisha, you there in the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mm, okay, so mashallah, according to your first practice, it's very good. Just one thing, it's looking like too much straight. Okay, like in real calligraphy, I think I said this in previous class, there is no straight line. Okay, you are like, if you somehow make straight line, then think in mind like you are going against the, like, very principle of calligraphy. So it is like there should be an expression in your relief that it is feel like a slanting. Okay, and now I mean when I say that it shouldn't be too much wavy and shouldn't be too much straight. Okay, there should be an, like appropriate and exact ratio, that it shouldn't be an any extreme, like not too much wavy and not too much straight. Should be that much. Okay, this part, it feels too much straight, and this part, if I talk about this, it's better. Okay, just like just one thing, it is feeling like at the end, it is going towards the left side. Okay, so its ending is, just like, It has like this proper ending, but like this, and from here it is gradually decreasing. Okay, but it shouldn't feel like it is going towards, check now, it's not feeling like it's going towards the leftwards. Okay, so there shouldn't be any impression that it feel like that it is going towards the left side. So you have to control this. This part is good. Okay, like it has, as you know, this part has slightly this kind of expression, and this part has slightly this kind of expression. Okay, and it has a bit more like this curve. Okay, so we are going to eliminate this just a bit. So now it's in a more good shape. You can do this by yourself as well. This we call it touching. So in calligraphy, touching is very important. Now check its ending. Now it has check how much strong it's ending. It was, it was your relief. I just did some touching, and we did this, I did scratching. We did it with sharp blade. You can use any kind of, okay, like you can use even this cutter blade. We call it scratching. Just with touching and finishing, I fix your this part of a lift. Now it is very good. But now, after touching and finishing, now it become my, like my last part of a lift. Okay, so that's why touching and finishing has so much importance. If you did these touches and finishing, that was yours. Okay, so no, this part it is too much thick. Okay, like it is clearly seeing, if you even seen this part, you have started alif like this. Like this is your starting angle of alif. Too much this. If you do too much, it's too much straight coming, and you are utilizing too much of this part. So this part is very important. Okay, so okay, so let me change the angle of the camera. So I was saying this. Okay, so it shouldn't be like this. The starting, it is like this. Okay, like practice again and again, right alif again and again, figure out yourself, like how can I achieve that, that perfection of alif, that that much accurate measurement of alif, like write again and again, like see, it is again things. So now realize and observe yourself, like okay, so it is going this way thick, so now I have to do a little bit this way, maybe it comes out good. Okay, and if you write this again and again, and if you know it is really going to help you. Okay, so it is half nukta, it shouldn't be like this, a bit like this, that's it's correct. In this way, if you made your column like this, you are going to utilize more thickness, so it should be less thick. If we fix it according to this was this part. Okay, a little like this, and now I have to reduce the thickness here. It's good, but according to your column, okay, it should be less thick. If the column is more thick, we can made even alif in this as well. Okay, but for that we should have large column, not this. And just like Taj, I told the previous student, we have to draw the line just in the middle of this, of the thickness. So this is its correct thickness that I made. So this is the line. So the upper point of Taj, it should pass here, this line. And like I said, it should come a bit, at least two cuts. Okay. This column is small according to your column. It should be at least two nuktas. One, two. Okay. Then the other part, there is a proper shape, but it's come like this, then slightly inwards. Okay. And then this portion, there's one more problem. Okay, like your, this was this angle, and this part, see, check how, where it is going. There are two slightly different ones. There should be this type of sequence in your alif. Okay, like this part of Taj, it should be in the alignment of this part. Like you can check it now. Okay. So these things, they should be carefully handled. Okay. So try to focus on that. Mhm. Just like this. This is the thickness, middle of the thickness of its part, and now this is the third. And now the other part, one cut should be inside, one part and two parts should be outside. Going to make this type of shape here. Okay. So try to improve these parts overall according to your first practice. Okay. It's good, mashallah. Keep it up. So, mm, are you in the class, bro? Mm, okay, try to join the Zoom meeting with your actual name. Okay, you can change the name in the setting so that I would know. So, was your Alif? It's pretty good, mashallah. And you understand Alif according to yourself, it's good. Just, this part, it is good. Mm, this part, the Taj, especially the Taj, there is, no, like, this part is totally mixing with the Alif. There should be a shape here. It's feel like. Okay. And it is also a bit more thick according to your kalam. Like you can check, this is your line. Actually, it should be a bit like this. And this part, this first part, it has a little bit of impression like this. This is very important. Okay. And this part, it is slightly better. Okay. Just at the end, it is feeling like too much wavy. And because of that, it is also feeling like going a bit leftwards. Okay. So you can just, made a bit of scratching here. It would be good. Just a little. Okay, but these little touches and finishes, they create a very huge difference in your heart. So you know these things involves a lot of details. Just like I told the first student, it is also looking the same exact like thickness. Okay, so it's not the same, it has variation, it has changing. Like, check how you have to do that moment, that it is changing the thickness just in the middle. Okay, so try to focus on that. You can just if I can reduce the thickness from here, and now it is in actual thickness that we need in the alif. Okay, and just like the same thing, your taj is also, this is the line of the middle of its thickness, and your this point should pass from here, and there is no like shape here. This should be present on the taj. Again, also this is it's going straight, there is no this thing happening here. At the end, I told this, it goes slightly inwards like this. Okay, and this is also see, this is its direction and this is this, so it is too much outside. It should be, this is its shape, and like this. Okay, so overall, according to your first attempt, it's good, mashallah. Keep it up. Okay, improve these things overall. uh Alif is good, and now try to improve these things, improve the taj. So you are also present. Farwa. Farwa. Hmm. Again the same thing. Your relief is good according to your first attempt. Just it is also like seeming too much, there is a straightness in your relief. Okay, and again the same thing, if I draw the middle of line thickness, taj is too much outside. Okay, and this thing I told in the first class, it should align here. This is the thing that is indicating the alif is too much straight. Okay, and there is this. But keep in mind, these things create a huge difference in your khat, in your practice. So these things shouldn't be ignored. Okay, it's very important. So overall, it's good according to your first practice. Okay, keep it up, mashallah. There are many students that they informed me today that they are not going to attend the class. Actually, like there's a problem of their like their working, some has to do job and some has schools and other things. So the thing is, like, if you want to learn calligraphy, we have to done at least two live classes. Okay, if I rely on only like weekend class, Sunday class, there's a too much gap, 6 to 7 days. So if you are not going to practice in these days like on regular basis, so it's going to be very difficult for you. So it's a better, it's good that if we arrange two classes, and you also try to find time for this, it is very important. Okay, so do your best, and also like you have to sacrifice something in order to learn. Okay, Only this way you can like truly value the knowledge. Okay, so do your best. Like I told in the previous class, once I announce the time and date of the live class, so try your best to make your presence in the class. Okay, so mashallah, according to the first try, all students that shared the practice of alif, it was good. Okay. So maybe it looks straight, but it's not. Okay, and in even in the very beginning, it is slightly, if you draw a straight line, you're going to realize, okay, this is slightly, it's going this way. And then, gradually, like it is making the gap. Now again, and also now I told like, at first it has half column. It's not like that. First half, then gradually increase, then suddenly okay. Like it should be in the proper flow, proper rhythm. It's very important. Okay, like it shouldn't feel like, but it is. Okay, so again with the last part, see how I stopped my alif. Now just check, just a slight touch. It will make it in good cut. Okay, and now for the Taj, and see, one part of cut is inside this part, and two part are outside. And this tip, like I told, it should be equal to its this part. And if somehow this part is slightly less thick or more thick than this, okay, this is slightly less thick, okay, and maybe it got a slight more difference, just a slight, okay, then you are going to put this part according to it. Oh, you are going to put according to this. Hmm. All of this, and just at the end you're going to make its shape by the touches, and it ending is, my hand just touches here. So now I'm gonna fix it with the blade. Okay, so this is the alif, and this should be like, this is the thing that I told you. See, at this point, this is the, very nearer to this line. It is approximately, sixth nukta somehow here. There are some more things, inshallah, I'm going to discuss in the Sunday's class. Till now, focus on these things, okay, on these uh, things that we discuss, especially about the Taj, about the Alif. Okay, write it, again and again. Okay, and like just immerse yourself in the structure of Alif. Okay, like understand how it is shaped, how it is changing the thickness, how the Taj is is on the Alif. Okay, so figure it out the ways yourself. Okay, there are many ways to write this Alif and to understand it. This thing now should be seen in your work. Okay, these are the three parts of Alif that I discussed. Okay, that's why I wrote this, because it's not like same. Okay, like all these are three different parts, and inshallah I'm going to brief more about these parts in the Sunday's class. Okay, because right now in weekday we have less students, so I'm going to, like, it's basically the sulus relationship. Okay, so I'm going to discuss about more this right now. uh, like, try to understand and practice as much as you can about these letters, about its measurement. Okay, and figure out by yourself as much as you can. Okay, so inshallah I'm going to brief more about these things in Sunday's class. Till then, you can do your practice, and if you have any question about Alif or anything, you can ask.
Sir, can you send your Alif in the group so that we can trace it? Not just the
Mhm.
slants.
Okay. So yeah, I shared the picture of the practice. Okay. So if you want, you can print it out, or you can just, like, take any help from it. I shared the lesson picture in the group.
Okay.
Okay. It's the same Alif that you see in the, like, master's work. It's the same Alif basically. We just did after, it's now called mashq. Okay, if I do the touching finishing. Okay, in English we call it touching finishing, and in calligraphy we call it tartish or tasheel. If we do tartish, this same Alif, I can give it to the status of, like, artwork, a complete artwork. Okay, touching finishing is just like this. I'm going to make every part very clear, like it's in the best form. This is the touching finishing. But behind that, there is a, like, very strong base. Okay, behind Tartish, behind touching finishing, there is a very strong base of mushk. Okay, without mushk, you can't, just by doing touching finishing, you can't make your letter in a good shape. So behind that, there is a very strong base. That's why I told in the first class, calligraphy, there is a very important, you should have a strong base. I'm going to, cover all these ups and downs. And for example, if at some point there is ink is a little outside, then I'm going to scratch it. Okay, with the any kind of sharp blade. Oh, this was the leaf basically that we just write. Okay, it should be, it should be done very slowly. That's very important. Okay, because we have to remove only excess ink, and it shouldn't be, not any damage should be done to the paper. That's why it should done very carefully, very slowly. Check. I have done only tartish of only just some specific parts of a leaf, not whole leaf. It takes so much time in this tartish. But remember that behind tartish, behind touching, finishing, check now this part. You can easily spot the difference. This one is complete, and now there is check the difference between this and this. Okay, so it just same. We just did touching, finishing before that. If this was my I saw you like mm, like this one. Okay, like only this part it is without tartish. Okay, but there is a khat in this as well. Okay, you can check this ha and this ha. It is in the proper shape because they have the I have did complete. You can check this page. If I share the exact picture after that, so calligrapher they spend a lot of time in touching finishing. So it is a very important part. But even to reach that step, you have to do a lot of practice. You must have a strong base. It's very important. Okay, without that you can't manage that. Now check this. You can check this page and check this this meme. Okay, so all these things uh, they should be in the proper shape. There are like many competitions held around the world in which your work is being judged on these type of principles and all these things. So it is very important in calligraphy. We are going to learn this solo script step by step in very detailing. Okay, so it's very important for all of you to practice with the classes. Okay, if you are not doing practice, then it's going to be very difficult. Okay, so practice gradually, inshallah you are going to be there. Okay, practice is very important, understand it, all the things, and like focus on these things, try to be regular in practice, regular in classes. Okay, so inshallah with time you are going to see the results and you are going to realize your progress as well and all these things. Okay, any more question? Okay, so inshallah next class we are going to arrange on Sunday. The same time it will be I think 10 p.m. Pakistan time. Okay, so till then keep it up and keep up your practice. Inshallah I'm going to update and I'm going to send your practices in the group as well. Okay, goodbye, Allah Hafiz.